again, talk to you on this level. Some of you, at this particular age in your teens, you got a lot of things going, things that you never really expected. Number one, most of you have had a moment where you're changing, and sex is coming into play. Hold off on.
There is no sex.
Okay, sex is coming into play, so there's the girls and the competition. And then we've got a thing called responsibility. You are responsible for turning things in. Your teacher says, I want this and I want you to do that. You have to turn that in. And then, of course, your teacher says, and I want you to do, and you have to read this and read that. So many of you, or some of you in this group, you may be in and out. You may do it one week and then decide another week you don't want to do it. And you've got people, older people around you who are trying to pull you in and give you a picture of life that they've seen when they were coming up. So don't tell me my life is different from yours, because it isn't. Even though I'm 74 years old, I had a mother. Well, everybody has a mother. You got to have a mother, or you wouldn't be here. To whether or not you met her or you've seen her, that's another thing. I saw my mother. I lived with my mother. I had a father. Everybody here has a father. Whether you've seen him or not, that's whatever your situation is. My father was not really good. He didn't want responsibility. But he in those days, you got married. I was not illegitimate. They got married and started out, and then he started drinking and doing things like that. The ill behavior of a parent, whether that parent is trying to be your friend, or whether that parent is just somebody that says, go on, do what you want to do, etc., etc. It's not really good, but it's people like the group that brought you here. And I'm telling you now, whether you're drunk, sober, or junkie, or sitting in prison, you're going to remember these people, because the mind always registers something that you missed with your mistake. And it also registers with things that you've done well. You have to ask yourself, anytime you feel like talking back, or who is this, or what is that, you have to, well, why would this person want to, these people, say, speak to me, talk to me, or whatever? Many times they see you doing things no good. Now, your life is built around, for some of you, not all of you, built around things that you wish you had, things you wish you could get, and then some of you, knowing you're not going to get it, you just don't wish for it, so you said, like, well, it doesn't make any difference. Very good. But if you get the opportunity and something happens, all these things that you didn't like and didn't want, once they come within your reach, and you might even go into debt, bad debt, trying to get it. The best things in life taste good when they're earned. So let's register this. You males, I don't want you to repeat after me. I'm not Jesse Jackson. I just want you to think. 3 words. Make a sentence. Earn a living. And a woman. Earn a living. Not off my tax dollars. not off of Hearns or is it? Yeah, you can justify it when you're on the corner. You know, I got this and I got it, and I faked my bad back. But you know, you're taking money away from people who earn a living. Yeah, you can see a whole lot of people working scam and running the game, but they can't be your hero. All of you, every one of you, your brain, your mind. The only thing I want you to get angry about is when somebody doesn't want to teach you. That's when I want you to report them. I want you to come to one of these. You said, I'm trying to do math, and it's something I don't understand. He said, what is it? And passing me along, but I want to know. I want to know. The life that you are living now, many of you sitting here really have a feeling that you know, the sun comes up and it goes down, the moon comes up and goes down, and that you have no power. Now that kind of thought may come from having seen your parents fight and argue and you're little and you can't do anything about it, or you see the grandma you're living with or auntie or somebody and you can't do anything about it, but you can. You have to work for it. You're in the middle of a part of this United States where manure is very good. Because you grow corn, you grow soy, and you got cows and things like that. And if you don't have manure, you can't eat. And these people get up and they got machines, they get up 4:30 in the morning and they call each other Ma and Pa and they're farming and doing all that. Now your ancestors came here from Africa, I think. Let's all give praise next week to Christopher Columbus, because if it's not for Christopher Columbus, Flip Wilson said it wouldn't be no Ray Charles. Wouldn't be no Jay-Z if it wasn't for Christopher Columbus. So it's important that your ancestors came here and something happened while they were picking cotton and working for free. It was the fact that they were doing things that none of you boys have done. And that is be up at a certain time in the morning, get one little piece of bacon and some rice and something and a hard biscuit, and then go out and be out there and the sun is 107 degrees and no breeze at all. And guess what happened? They found out that, you know what? Algebra is a lot easier than this. Do your homework. Do what's responsible. Do it. Many of you don't have good training in the house, your manners, your bossing people, and people don't care. But we do. Today we can't slap you. Used to be able to do it. And it straightened up a whole lot of people. My brother Russell especially. But people can't do that, so you know what you can get away with. Now, if your behind is starting to hurt because the floor is hard, stand up, okay? And I'm not challenging you, but I don't want you to sit too long with your bone going through the meat. But these people here, you're going to think about someday, sometime. Because these are the people who later on in your life, when you wake up, you realize that Miss Ashley, as evil as she was, really did care about me. Because Miss Ashley kept putting me back on track. Miss Ashley knew me. Give me a man that you know who's tough in this group. Say his name. Huh? Mr. Mack. Mr. Mack didn't take any you know what, right? Huh? What's wrong with you boys? Come on. Am I right or wrong? Okay. When you see him coming, no matter what you're doing, don't you mentally go through a checklist? You'll be playing with him. Hey, man, Mr. Mack, oh, Lord. Mr. Mack, what am I doing wrong? I better see what I'm... Huh? Am I right or wrong? Hello?
Talking you do.
Thank you. Yes. Hello? Okay. So we have to understand that these people, you're going to remember them because you're going to remember when you were young and you didn't really, you listen to them, let them guide you. Look at how they put their hands gently on you and they talk, and then you had a bad day. I'm from, who's over there? Huh? Howard?
No.
State?
The lead staff. Theater staff.
Theater staff, will you please be quiet? Thank you. But when I was well mannered, I said, did I say please? Yeah. And I said thank you, didn't I? Yeah. I just said, will you shut the fuck up? Did I say that? Did I say that?
No.
No. I was well mannered. And they said, all right. You understand?
Keep it ready.
Yeah. See, let me tell you what profanity does. It just shows that you can speak anger. It shows you can, that's called cursing. I can curse you. That's the height. But that's it. It doesn't make you a better ball player. You can be out there cursing and getting run over. You can take your helmet, throw it, you can take your ball. No. You don't play any better with your shirt tail out. You act a fool more with your shirt tail out. I don't think no. No, you dress. You look good. Is you coming to see Bill Cosby? Look at it. Look out, boy.
Come here, Tyron, so he can see you. Come over here.
What's wrong with him?
No. Come here, baby.
No, you're picking on him.
I'm not picking on him.
You're not?
Look how nice he looks. I want you to see
I know,
how
but
nice
there's
he looks.
another one here that looks nice.
They all look nice, but he was worried when he got dressed.
Come over here, son. Right here. Help me out. Stop. Come right here. You didn't like the way you look?
No, my fault, bro.
I did. Now, what you got to say?
I said, I agree with both of y'all. I agree with both of y'all. He looked very nice.
No, he said he doesn't have a problem with the way he's dressed.
He did earlier, though.
No lie to him, man, time.
He didn't, he said.
Tell him what you said.
I said I didn't like my sleeves rolled up.
Thank you.
You didn't. Well, you do like your sleeves rolled.
You thought your arms were
Why?
too short at first, right?
The what?
He thought his arms were too short before he completely got dressed. That was his problem, and he looks very nice.
You just recording.
All right. Now, I'm not going to talk to you about how much money I have. I'm not going to tell you how many cars I have because it means nothing. Because when I was like you, ask me how much money I had when I was 13. Go ahead, ask me. Nothing. Who's 15 here? Ask me how much money I had when I was 15. Nothing. I worked at a job. I worked as a soda fountain. They don't even have them today. Working the soda fountain, making sodas for people, dipping ice cream cones. And then I also worked in the pharmacy cleaning, dusting the bottles and everything. And then I worked in the bins, produce, putting the vegetables out. And in those days, I won't even tell you how much I made because it's nothing today. But I had nothing because I didn't have to, but I did. I took the money, gave it to my mother. Why? Because she cooks and I eat what she buys. Even if I don't have a job, there are things she's doing. But I just knew what I wanted to work. I had to work. Now, all you guys understand this. We got guys who go to college, they play football, and playing football, they sign a piece of paper, and they make a contract. College football. Says, I play for the University of Nebraska. In turn, the University of Nebraska will give me, without going into my bank account, which I don't have, all the classes that everybody else has, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year, if I play ball for them. Now, just because I'm in the business of football, which is a very short lifespan, about 6 years if I'm lucky. Even after that, I'll be 32 years old. Now, according to word on the street, that's old. But it isn't, since I'm 74. So I would have to have some money to do something until it's time for me to die. And I can't count on investments, so I earn a living. And I'm wise about where I put my money and the people that I invest with. That's the only time you really show that you take no foolishness. You mess with my money, you mess with me. I'm going to have to hurt you. Okay. All these subjects that many of you happen to be looking at in school and saying, why do I have to have that? Remember what Bill Cosby told you. You are not that smart. So when you say, why do I have to know that? How do you know you won't have to know it? So there's no sense in building an attitude about it. Every last one of you. You have the potential to walk across, grab your diploma, make yourself happy. There's a young man walked across the stage at Alabama A&M, 6'7". And I went to shake his hand. He had his diploma, and he had his honors ribbons across his shoulder. And he said, Mr. Cosby, I'm 6'7", and I know my stuff. He's an engineer. So we're asking these elders to help you, but to open up your world, open up your view, so that you can see the world. Maybe where you live, you can't see that far. Maybe where you live, you don't see. Maybe where in your home, you don't see your mother, your father, somebody coming home and they're doing homework. You see people home and they're not doing anything. So you say, well, why am I the only one doing it? But you always want to improve. All of these old people around you care enough to send a letter to say, Mr. Cosby, would you please speak to these little broke boys? Okay, guys? Now all you young men stand. Your name? Speak again. Nah. See that? Did you hear it? Voice.
T. Martin.
Yep.
T. Martin.
Thank you.
Jesse Brown.
There you go.
Andre Gilbert.
Now you guys step forward. When I shook your hand, after I shake it, step forward. Stop. If I haven't yet. Look how great. Thank you. You.
Tyron Baker.
Again.
Tyron Baker.
I said it.
Joey Johnson.
Yes. How are you?
Tyron Williams.
Thank you.
Malik Jones.
Thank you. What happened? Is he the one? Answer me.
Nope.
I'm gonna try it again.
Malik Jones.
See?
Oh, man.
What happened? Why? You are my friend. What happened? Really? Oh, that's why. He told me.
What do you think?
Huh?
What do you think?
What you did? He did. He did.
Even Bill getting them.
That's what he did. All right? You with me? You with me?
Yeah.
I'm with you. How much money you got?
Nothing.
Anybody I miss? You lawyer? Okay. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Every time I come to Lincoln, try to get out of jail as soon as you can. All right? Take care. Bye-bye. I got the second group coming.